Hey, what's up guys? It's Ben. I am bringing you 30 items that have sold for me on eBay in the past week and a half or so since the last video. This is by no means all the stuff that's sold for me. This is just 30 items that I've selected to show you guys. How I selected them this week was stuff that kind of flipped really fast for me. So a lot of these were flipped within a few days. There were a couple longer tail items on here that I want to show you, but most of these were quick flips that I picked up one weekend and sold within the same week. So let's get into it. First, right here we have a racquetball racket. I actually picked this up yesterday at a Goodwill. I filmed it. I don't know if that video is going to come out by itself or if I'm going to combine it into another thrifting video. But this is a racquetball racket. This is a Bedlam. Now the trick with these rackets is to look for the strings. They are all not like straight up and down. They kind of come to this V right here in the middle. That V is something to look for. If you see that, look up that racket, especially if it's like a titanium racket or something. It's probably worth at least 20 bucks. I don't pick them up super often, but this one, I've sold the Bedlams before, and I knew it was a better racket. So this one sold full price, or no, sorry, this one sold for $44.95 overnight, $5 off. I just took the best offer. This was the Disney purse that you saw me pick up maybe 2 weeks ago. So this one wasn't a super fast flip, but it still sold within 2 weeks, which is awesome. It's a Disney Loungefly villains handbag. So you can see here it has like the Disney villains all over it. It's a pretty cool purse. It was brand new. I picked it up at a garage sale for 10 bucks, and it sold full price last night for $80. This was from that electronics lot. That electronics lot was so good. A bunch of this stuff is going to be from that electronics lot, and it sold overnight or within a day, a lot of this stuff. So this took a day to sell. This is the Steam Link. It's like a gaming system. I got the entire lot for $215, so I don't know exactly what he had on this, but it sold for $40. This was a Nike windbreaker jacket. I also picked this up in a video. This was at that church sale. I picked up for like a buck or two, and I flipped it for $30, paid the full price, and it sat for about a week. So this is just your basic hooded, full zip Nike jacket. Nothing too special about it. No big spell outs or anything, but Nike windbreakers sell for between 25 and 30 bucks. So if you see them for cheap, pick them up and flip them. Obviously, video game stuff sells super well. This was from that N64 lot. It finally sold. It took about a week to sell, and it sold for $37.50. I had a few offers on it, but I knew it would sell for full price, so I just held out and got the full price for it. Another item from that electronics lot, Apple TV. Even the older model Apple stuff still sells well. This was a relatively new one, but you can see it did not have the remote. So even without the remote, this thing still sold in about a day, and it sold for the full price of $90. Now, the thing with these are you have to plug them in, make sure there's not like a passcode on them or someone's account on them, because that can get a little tricky. But luckily, I was able to get on all of these and clear everything off of them, so no harm, no foul on that. This was a really fast flip. This was a Pokemon Soul Silver box only, so there's no game, no Pokewalker in this. This was also from that electronic sale, and I picked this up. He just kind of threw it in for me, and I ended up flipping it in a day for $22. This is a Wacom, however you want to say it, tablet pen. So you can draw on your tablets with it, specifically used for like designing or Photoshop, art, Illustrator, art purposes. I debated on keeping this myself because it's a really nice pen, but I decided to list it because I didn't need it, and ended up getting my full price of $50. It sold within like 30 minutes of me listing it, so I might have even been able to get a little more out of that, but there were no used ones listed, so I kind of just averaged it out. They were selling new for about 70, so I took 20 bucks off and sold super quick. This is an Apple Magic Trackpad. Again, Apple stuff always sells. This was listed for about an hour before it sold. Sold full price for $40. Again, electronics lot, sold super fast. If you see Apple stuff, pick it up. I think there's like 2 more Apple things in here that sold within the night. This was an Xbox One Kinect. So this is just the Kinect unit, and actually had this mounting bracket right here on it, which gave me a little edge over some of the competition. They seemed like they were selling at 40 bucks pretty regularly, so I knew if I listed at 40 bucks with the mounting bracket, I'd probably sell it same day, and I was right. I sold it same day, just the Kinect itself. So even if it doesn't have the console, or it's by itself, still pick it up. It's a good 40 bucks. This is an Apple Keyboard 2. So this is like the flatter of the two keyboards. This one's an actual newer model, and it did not have. I didn't sell it with a charging cable or anything like that. Now you can obviously order cables. It might have added $5 onto the price, but by the time you get the cable and get it shipped here and stuff, it's not really worth it for me. So I just sold it without the cable, and as is. So we actually got this hookup Bluetooth and with my girlfriend's Mac and got it to work no problem. And it ended up selling for $40. No big deal. That was a super fast flip as well. I think that was from that electronics lot as well, if I remember right. This is a pair of Miss Me's. So actually the next two things are Miss Me's. And the reason I put these in is because they're two different styles, and you'll see the price difference between them. So right here, you see there's a Miss Me jeans. These are full-length jeans, and you see this embroidery on the back. Now this embroidery is what makes the jeans worth more. So this one has a bunch of embroidery and embellishment on the butt. People like that, and it tends to make the price go up. These sold for $45 because of that embroidery. Now here's another pair of Miss Me's. This is just a basic pair. It has like the M on the butt right here, but it doesn't have like the big tab in the back. It doesn't have any embroidery on the pocket, and it's just not as desirable pair of jeans. And this one ended up selling for only $25. So you can see kind of the price difference in those. Now obviously size is going to matter. The pricing, your keywords, that kind of stuff's going to matter. The style is going to matter. But in general, if it has that embroidery on the butt, the better name brand jeans are going to sell better. This is also out of that electronics lot. As you can see, I've already made my money back on it, and I'm completely in the profit right now, and everything is great with that lot. But this was a Kindle Voyage, 7th generation. I had a message on it, and they asked, hey, can I put my Amazon account on this? Have you cleared the other one off? And I was like, yes. And they messaged me that while I was sleeping. I woke up the next morning, so they're like, yeah, I cleared it off. You can get on yours, no big deal. And they bought it instantly, full price, didn't send an offer. So I sold this $80 overnight. This is actually the same webcam I'm using right now. And like I said in the video, this is actually like one of the most popular webcams in the world right now, because people like to use it for streaming. They like to use it for video talking and Skype, but like this is like the one that Twitch streamers recommend to their viewers if they want to get into streaming video games. It's the Logitech C920, and if you find it, pick it up because it sells. I mean, I had this listed for maybe 10 minutes and it sold for the full price of $40, and it's a great camera. What can I say? This is a Samsung Galaxy Tab 3 again in that electronics slot. Guy was like, hey, is there anything wrong with it? If you get electronics, use electronics. Be prepared to answer questions. Don't be rude to the customers and be like, it's in the listing or whatever. Just answer their questions. It usually leads to a sale. This one sold for full price of $50 after like 3 questions from a guy. So another really quick one. So this is really cool. This says Gucci Guilty on it, which is Gucci clothing, but Guilty is actually their perfume line. So this was a promotional shirt. Now, I had some questions whether this was like authentic or not, but I was actually able to verify it because the person I got it from was a promoter for Gucci fragrance, and I actually bought a lot of these. I think I bought like 4 or 5 of them from her, and I sold all the other ones. This was the last one I had left, and ended up selling all of them for $45 a piece. So this was a great lot. I ended up buying them all for $5 a piece and turned them all for $45. But Gucci, anything's gonna sell. I mean, if you don't know Gucci, like, be on the lookout for it because it's crazy. But also, be aware of knockoffs. Knockoffs are rampant. That's why I thought this one might be a knockoff, because the tag's pretty simple, the design's really simple. So I had to do my research and get it confirmed by her before I actually bought the stuff and sold it as an authentic product, because you can actually lose your account on eBay if you sell fake goods and fake handbags and fake anything. They will crack down on your account super quick. So be careful if you sell high-end luxury brands, especially on handbags and purses, because you will get your account banned. This is an Elgato, so if you guys, again, are into video games, you probably know what an Elgato is. It's so you can plug it into your Xbox or your PlayStation or whatever you're using and stream that to your computer so you can stream it online and make YouTube videos, whatever you want to use it for. It's a game capture device. I actually have this one inside my computer right now. This is the external version that I sold. I have the internal version in my computer, but it sold full price of $85. Actually, no. Take that back. I took a best offer of $80 on this and it sold in a day. Apple Magic Mouse, and that electronics lot that keeps on giving, just like that G.I. Joe lot. But if you go to enough garage sales, you'll find a honey hole lot like this. Just be diligent. But this sold overnight as well. $25. Magic Mice always sell anything Apple sells, just like I said before. Just stay diligent at your garage sales and you'll find a garage sale honey hole, because they're out there. They're out there for sure. Another Polly Pocket. You see me talk about them almost every week. Polly Pockets, I don't know why so many people pass them up. They are fantastic to sell. They are small to ship. They're lightweight. If you see Polly Pocket vintage stuff, buy it. So this was one little compact with two little figures, sold for $32.50. This was, I think I had this one for like 3 or 4 weeks, but you need to be buying your Polly Pocket stuff. Same with the boy version of the Polly Pocket stuff. I have a thing later on in this video that I'll show you, but Polly Pocket stuff sells. These are those Keen hiking shoes that I picked up at that church sale. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before. They are the only shoes that I bought. These were size 14, so I knew they'd sell relatively quick, and they sold for a best offer of $35. Or sorry, $35, and I sat on for, like I said, about a week and a half. Keen's a great brand to look out for. If you see Keen, look up the model number. It's right on the inside, and you should have no problem selling Keen. This is the other thing I was talking about. So these are just like Polly Pockets, but they're like the Star Wars edition. I actually paid up because I thought they might be worth a little more than what they were. I didn't look these up at the sale, but I bought these at a yard sale when I was up in Toledo at my buddy's house. And I paid $20 for this entire lot, and it ended up selling for a best offer of $60. I sat on these for about 2 months. I thought these would sell faster than what they did. They still sold, and I made a profit on them, so that's awesome. But I was hoping these would be worth a little more. But any of these little Polly Pocket Micro Machines, I think these were technically Micro Machines, or Mighty Max is the boy version of Polly Pockets. Look out for them because these can be worth some really, really good money. This is one of those phones that I picked up at the church sale, again, like 2 weeks ago. Same sale I picked up the Nickelodeon phone at. So this is a CapTel display phone, so it's for people that are like hard of hearing. It'll display and translate and stuff on the screen. I didn't know that when I bought it. I just knew it had a screen, so it was probably worth something. I paid $5 for it at the sale, and it turned on, it worked and everything, as you can see here. And it ended up selling for the full price of $57.95, and it took about 5 days to sell. So if you see telephones with like screens or like the conference call phones, look them up. They can be worth good money. This is Castlevania. It's a pretty straightforward one. PSP game. I bought it probably a month ago now, so I sat on this one a little longer than I thought I would, but ended up selling for the full price of $35, and I'm completely fine with that. I'll sit on something for a month for, a $34 profit. I paid $1 for it, so after fees and stuff, I probably made $30. So this was the iPod Shuffle. I actually scored this at a garage sale about 3 weeks ago. No, about a month ago now. I sat on it for a while. I thought I'd sell a lot faster than what it did. It was brand new, sealed in the box. You've probably seen it on the video. But I thought it'd sell faster than what it did. Typically they do, but maybe they just weren't looking for the Shuffle. Maybe the collectors just weren't buying at the time. Either way, it sold for the total of $99.95. I actually lowered the price one time. I had it originally listed at $115. But iPods and stuff sell, even these older models. This one was used, or brand new, so, it worked and everything. And, yeah, buy your iPods. Speaking of iPods, another one. This was actually the one I picked up 2 weekends ago, and it did not end up working, and I did not have a battery for it. It worked if you plugged it in and had it plugged in, which is how she showed it to me at the sale, so maybe I got conned a little bit, whatever. I only paid $12 for it, but, you know, you win some, you lose some. I didn't have an extra battery. I thought I did. Either way, I made money on it. I sold it for $35 and just made sure in the listing that I listed, as you can see right here, it works, but it does not hold a charge. Just make sure if something is like that, you don't try and hide it and that you're straightforward with your sellers, because that's how you get returns and bad reviews, and you don't want bad reviews. This is... If you don't know to pick up ink, start picking up ink. I pick it up like every week, and it's just one of those common items. I don't even show it on video anymore just because it's so common. Like, everybody knows to pick it up, but I don't think I've showed it on my channel. So if you're not picking up ink, pick it up, because you'll find it for 50 cents, $1 at a yard sale, and you know, it flips for, this was $9.95 plus $3 shipping. Typically I don't have shipping on my items, but on ink, I don't know why, it seems like people like paying the lower price with shipping included rather than a free shipping with a higher price. I think it's the other way around with most of my items, but I don't know why ink just seems to sell better when I have shipping attached to it, so whatever, I'll sell it like that. This was out of that G.I. Joe and Transformers lot. This is a Transformer. It's a Skyhopper Transformer Generation 1. This one actually went for best offer of $55, so I gave him a $10 off discount, and he received it. Already told me it was great and everything, so this was a great sale. That's another one of those sales that just keeps on giving. If you're not looking at your vintage 80s toys, you should learn them. Like, I know off the top of my head Masters of the Universe really well. I know like Thundercats pretty well. I just learned G.I. Joe obviously recently. I started studying up on that, and Transformers is something I'm also relatively comfortable on. So learn your 80s and 90s toys. Polly Pocket, like I said before. Learn your 80s and 90s toys because they are a money hole. People are buying their nostalgia back right now because those are the people that are of the age to where they have a steady job, a steady income, and now they're trying to like buy back their childhood and stuff they had from your childhood. So nostalgia money is good money. This is another Sony Walkman. This is the same one I actually had sealed in the box. This was just a loose version. As you can see, this one had some scrapes and scuffs up there. But this model, if you ever see it, pick it up. I paid $1.50 for this one. Sold for full price of $35. Sold in about 2 days within it listing. So Walkmans are money, and people still buy them. If you're not picking them up, start picking them up. Another pair of clothing. These are Boy Scouts. So hiking stuff always sells. You got the North Face, Patagonia, Mountain Hardwear, Ex Officio, you know, hiking brands. Boy Scouts have their own brand, Boy Scout trousers. I find these all the time in Goodwills and stuff because once people are out of Boy Scouts, they donate them. They don't need them anymore because they're not wearing the uniform anymore. I only pick up the trousers or the pants because like the shirts with the patches and stuff typically don't sell unless they're really old Boy Scout stuff, which can go for super good money. If you ever run across some like 1930s Boy Scout stuff, you better be picking that up because that, I mean, I'm talking like $1,000 for like a patch. No, but these are like new age Boy Scout nylon pants. These were like the convertible ones, so that you can see they had like a zipper right here in the pants. Any convertible pants will probably net you like $20 as it is. So like LL Bean, Patagonia, that kind of stuff. Those are all at least $20 by themselves. So if you see hiking nylon pants that are zip off, it's probably a safe bet that it's worth something. So if you're getting it for a couple bucks, pick it up. But Boy Scout ones sell for $30 all day. I don't even put best offer on because they sell super quick. So I paid $5 I think at a Goodwill for them, flipped them for $30. This is actually a really cool sale. This was that Barbie camera that I found 2 weekends ago. I actually had someone find my eBay store, which you know is public. They messaged me on here with an offer. I countered offer them. They sent me a message back like, "Hey, I'm actually one of your YouTube followers. I saw that you had it, and my daughter loved it. So can we work out a deal?" And obviously, if you guys want anything on my store and you want a deal on it, and you're buying it for yourself, I have no problem cutting you guys a deal. You guys are supporting me, I'll support you. Just send me a message, and I'm not going to give you like, 50% off of something, but this camera ended up going to her. I think I sold it to her for like $32 or something like that, which I'm completely fine with because I only had a buck into it. She knew how to buck into it, and I mean, if she flips it, she might flip it locally and make money, but I don't know. I don't mind helping you guys out. You guys are helping me out, so if you guys ever see anything that you want, just let me know. I'm more than willing to work with you guys, but this camera in general is super cool. I almost kept it for my own collection because I'm kind of starting my own little like 90s room. It was my video game room, but I'm kind of turning it into a 90s room. But she wanted it, so we sold it. Not a big deal. I liked it. And actually, that's going to conclude everything. As you can see, the last couple weeks they've been pretty good. Like I said, by no means was that all my sales, but it was a pretty good sampling of stuff, and it's a bunch of stuff that sold super quickly. So the stuff like that, the electronic stuff, the vintage toys, the name brand clothing, buy that stuff because it sells fast. You don't want to be sitting on inventory. You don't want stale inventory. If the listings are sitting on eBay, they're losing their rank. You want stuff that sells fast. You want, even if you're lower profit margin, stuff that sells fast is more money you can reinvest sooner. At least that's how I look at it. Some people don't mind the long tail. I don't mind long tail if it's like a item I'll make good money on, but I like to buy the stuff that goes quick. And if it doesn't go quick, I like to buy it cheaper. Either way, I hope this video helps you guys in some way. I hope you learned something. I hope you saw an item that maybe you'll add to your garage sale or yard sale list or thrift store list. Either way, thanks for the support. Remember, subscribe. I'll catch you later. Peace.